this is Ellie Nelson
and Kulsoom Haider
with W.H.A.T. What? News at 6.
Say what?
What? We have an important show today with a guide on acid rain and some fun information about Earth Day. So if you want to know more about how our environment is doing or how to prevent acid rain, stay tuned.
Here's today's history fact. In 1825, the U.S. Congress approved the Indian Territory in what is known as present-day Oklahoma, clearing the way for the forced relocation of the Eastern Indians on the Trail of Tears. Now, hand it over to Alex and Kayla with today's weather forecast.
Have you ever had problems with tornadoes like this?
Whoa! I'm gonna kill all you!
They come in and destroy everything in sight. Well, we have a solution for you. This is a new and improved tornado spray.
Ooh,
Guaranteed to protect your homes from tornadoes, high-speed winds, and flying objects in storm. Yes, and you can have this spray for a mere $99.95 only on this special TV offer. And get this. Amazing spray for such a great deal. This will work with tornadoes of categories F4
and below.
0. Oh no, I smell it!
Not my house! Not my new car! Tornado be gone.
Right now it's looking out to be a pretty typical day today here in Maple Grove. There shouldn't be any form of precipitation on the streets today. Visibility is about 5 miles. There hasn't been any change in the weather all week, so your daily chores shouldn't be interrupted.
The high today is going to be 26 degrees and the low is going to be 21.1 degrees. You may worry about flight cancellations though, or anywhere in the Northeast. Massive snowstorms have covered the airlines and runways will need extra work to help them to be able to use. Now for the U.S. national weather. It will be 62 degrees in San Diego, 38 degrees in Albuquerque, 20 degrees in Dallas, 40 degrees in Atlanta, 20 degrees in Chicago, 23 degrees in Minneapolis, and 20 degrees in Duluth.
And there will be snow in the north, partially cloudy in the Midwest, and make it rain in San Diego. Hello, I'm here to talk to you about Earth Day. I said before, we want to reduce as much pollution as possible, which is why we decided to celebrate Earth Day every day.
Earth Day started April 22nd, 1970 as an environmental teach-in by Gaylord Nelson. It was first focused only on the U.S., but by the same coordinator, Dennis Hayes, it was taken international in 1990 and was organized in 141 nations around the globe. While Earth Day has always been popular from the start, we wanted to expand it as much as we can. And now we can tell you how you can get in on this environmental action. Along with the 20 million other Americans, 500 million people around the globe, and 175 countries helping clean the earth of our residue.
Yes, to help the earth there are many good things you can do. You can plant trees in your local neighborhood to increase oxygen levels and lower carbon dioxide. Or you can recycle common household objects such as umbrellas and furniture into totally new devices or even clothing. To help know what else to do to catch up on what's going on in the environment at your local library. Also, remember to recycle things like glass bottles, plastic bottles, paper things such as old unneeded paper reports, and many more recyclable objects around your house.
Hello and welcome to W.H.A.T. What? News at 6.
Say what?
What?
You can also recycle your old toys or your children's toys that are no longer used by giving them to someone who could use them, such as a newborn baby in your neighborhood. Also, you can go out onto the streets and pick up any junk you see lying around and recycle all the recyclables. You can also just spread the word verbally, one person at a time. There are so many more ways to spread the word about Earth Day, but that is all the time we have for now. Acid rain describes any form of precipitation with high levels of nitric and sulfuric acids. It can also occur in the form of snow.
Since the 1960s, acid rain has been a problem. It destroys anything under its polluted cloud. It will destroy anything from trees to sculpture work, mainly limestone. It empties lakes by poisoning them with sulfur dioxide and nitrous oxides that come from the acid precipitation.
Acid rain is formed when pollutants are introduced into the atmosphere and bond with the moisture particles. Then, what you have is acid moisture in the clouds, so when it rains, the watered area will be exposed to hazardous chemicals. The evidence is very strong that most of this acidity is caused by sulfur dioxide released mostly from the smokestacks of the coal-burning power plants.
It's so cool.
Erupting volcanoes release some chemicals that can cause acid rain, but most acid rain falls because of human activities.
To be safe, I would not eat a fish from a lake close to a major facility like smokestacks or New York, big city. The acid in the rain kills many of the fish by raising the pH measurement to a very high level, so it would contaminate the fish and it could make you incredibly ill or kill you.
The builders have taken minimal precautions for preventing damage. The problem is, when they do take precautions, they only protect themselves. They also choose to build very tall smokestacks, often more than 500 feet high. This was done to reduce local air pollution, but the result has been simply to transform the problem further downwind.
That could bring a problem to a small town somewhere downwind. This should be eliminated because if you're going to put it into the air, you should feel the consequences. Acid rain can destroy crops, like in a small farm city, and it could make the entire city go bankrupt, and then locals would starve because they would have no money. The storms could kill all the livestock, and then it would be also affected with the aquatic animals if it was more of a fishing town, which will eventually impact the food chain, including non-aquatic animals such as birds or animals that eat the fish.
People are totally oblivious to this issue. There have been reports to Congress about this issue, and there are fixes out there, but we need to learn better ways to get energy. We have been reducing sulfur emissions in the past years, though, so we are on our way to a better planet.
Vehicles are also major fossil fuel users, so drivers can reduce emissions by using public transportation, carpooling, biking, or simply walking whenever possible.
Well, as we all know, tornadoes are very dangerous, but here at W.H.A.T, what?
Say what?
We'll bring you all your tornado-like facts.
Like where they happen the most, how they happen, and a few tips to keep your family safe during one.
Well, most tornadoes happen in Tornado Alley. This area includes Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska, South Dakota, Iowa, Colorado, and Wyoming. Now that is a very big area. As you have all noticed, this is in the Midwest, and just last year Minnesota had 26 tornadoes and an annual average of 41.
Well, you're probably asking, why do tornadoes happen? Well, we have the answers here at W.H.A.T. What?
Say what?
What?
With the help of our meteorologists, we know that tornadoes happen because of large pressure differences in two places. When high regions of air pressure move rapidly to areas of low air pressure, a tornado occurs.
Well, now since you know where and how tornadoes happen, now it's time you know how to keep your family safe during one. First, get a weather radio because there's no way to know if a severe storm is going to turn into a tornado, so you need to listen out for one.
Second, go to the lowest place in your house, such as a basement. If you don't have a basement, go somewhere where there's little appliances and little space, like a bathroom.
Third, if you are caught out in a storm while a tornado is approaching, you shouldn't try to outrun it. You should find a low-lying place because trying to outrun it is even more dangerous.